What's up, y'all? Big Red here, coming at you another Fallout 76 video on the channel. Hope all my fellow vault drills out there thriving and surviving in the wasteland. This is going to be I was wrong, apologetic video. Not wrong exactly for what I said. I made it wrong because some things I didn't say. Just because like when I made this build last week and I put it out because it was just so fun and same damage we were getting. I didn't test enough the interactions with that radioactive strength being a ghoul with the shredder. You know, I've played with the shredder before in the past, but it is a little bit different as a ghoul with radioactive strength. Someone kind of called me out on some things, and you know what? I'm not the end all be all the Fallout. And it's never about like oh, look at me, I'm so good. You know, I just try to share what I know, things I think that are fun, maybe that'll help you. And I learn from y'all too. Just people have made comments and things I've learned from. We all learn from each other. We're better together by being a community. So I always don't mind being checked, and I try not to put stuff out. Sometimes I don't make a video once a week because I'm so busy trying to test to make sure thoroughly that when I'm saying this truth. I want to be transparent. I want to be no phony baloney type of stuff. Always 100% real on this channel, and so I appreciate y'all's inputs. And I think that guy, you know, I think he might have been about the wrong way. Maybe I didn't take it the wrong way. I took it as a kind of gut check, and I went back and retested this weapon some more with different effects, really trying to find out where that sweet point is in strength, you know, and where what is really the best legendary outside Anti Armor, you know. Testing all the different effects, and it's the accumulation of my results, and I just want to share with you, my subscribers. And so I appreciate y'all, and this is just some information so that way you don't waste any modules or anything on your time on anything, so you can make those the choices for your build. And yeah, so yeah, thank y'all for y'all's patience, and thank y'all for being understanding. I know y'all are, because the build is solid that I put out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the build. But there are some different effects. Like strength doesn't matter. We can have minus strength and still get the same damage whenever we have our power arm and get that plus 10 strength and get our strength up in the 20s. Right now we're not on a team, so we're taking all of our hits from herd mentality, bird bones, eagle eyes. So we got all these minuses to our strength, which is causing us to have a negative strength. And you're going to see with negative strength, we're still going to be able to go right through it. We got company tea, we got some AP buffs or cooks off some of these scroll and stick. The build basic, you know, radioactive strength and basher, you know, stabilized, and yeah, basic your basher build. Follow through just so when we get on top of the power armor, we will be able to get a little sneak bonus whenever we are getting on top of the power armor. So yeah, we will start with let's see which one this is. Not that one. We'll start with this one. That will be right here. So you know that. Alright, let's dump our ammo. Ammo is dumped. Alright, switch back to our pepper shaker. Let's reload it. Yeah, it's pretty unique, just the effect, you know, of being a ghoul and radioactive strength and how it interacts. It is different. You know, something we never had before. And like I said, I do apologize for not doing a little bit more testing before I put that out there. But what I put out there ain't going to harm you. But this is going to help you. Alright, so here we go. Jump on top of here. We won't squatch down. We'll get our coffee ready. Get about 5 or 4, just to make audio. We're going to take an overdrive just to help the shield get down, and so I'm not totally feral. I'm about to do some unarmed stuff. That's why I got it so close to being feral. It's also why I got my mask on, because you don't know, the mask does cause you to furl like 30% faster. Oh, we got it down first try. All right, now we're switching to our 1613, 1602. You're gonna see this damage jump around a little bit. It's kind of crazy. We might get some sneak damage in here. We didn't get any. All right, 1602. That's a pretty slot. But you saw it get like 1613. You're gonna see the damage go between like 1560, 70 sometimes to 1602. It's gonna jump. But that was outside power armor. So anti-armor, outside power armor. If you're gonna go outside power armor, it's definitely what anti-armor is. You're gonna see even in power armor, we're gonna be with stabilized where we're not gonna get any more armor penetration. And we're not going to get any more damage having more strength. Let's collect that. Let's drop this ammo. Alright, let's change back over our pepper shaker. And now let's put our armor back down. Let's get our more glow, put our copy back. Alright, reloaded. Alright. We'll use the same weapon.
Unauthorized personnel detected. Activating defense.
Remember, listen to those clicks, it'll get you. Especially if you're doing this over and over and over again. Alright. Here we are. Let's get a few copy. Here we go. We get him? Yeah, we got him. Alright, here we are, Dianta armor. 1602. No different being in our power armor with stabilized than we are outside of power armor without stabilized with the anti-armor. So that is a little something there. You're not going to get any more armor penetration with those two. You're not going to get any more damage even though we have 27 strength. So you can save your whiskey and your cycle buffs are not needed for your shredder on bosses or for anything. Just the strength that you have, whatever strength that you do have, it doesn't matter what strength your strength is, it'll be more than enough to get you by. I know, pretty crazy. That's interaction with radioactive strength there. Now we're going to get ready to do the next weapon. It's going to be the bullies. And before we get into that though, let's show you that pinpointers does matter. It will give you more damage having pinpointers on there. Against other bosses like Earl, Scorch Beast Queen. Not against the Guardian though. But let's show you a little run with Earl. It has, with being a ghoul, it does kind of change things. It's 967, 1051, so it's pretty consistent there. Some of the yellow numbers, 1051. It is just shredding right through. Alright. Let's change over to the bullies. As long as we got our glow, we're gonna get the same damage. Alright. Bullies 680, 649. So you see the bullies is 700. Getting a lot less. Alright, bullies is getting a lot less. Let's go with a vampires. Vampires 700. It's getting the same as the anti-armor of the bullies. Getting the same. Let's put a little more goo on. We don't want to run out. Alright. Now let's do the troubleshooters. It's getting the same. They're still getting really good damage. It's getting the same, 700. Let's get him down halfway. So, past that W. It's still shredding. Look at that. All right, let's get a little more goo. Now let's switch over to the executioners. Come on, we don't have enough. Earls have enough health to do the whole test. We'll have to go see the robot. So 700. We're not getting no more executioners either. So like I said, it doesn't matter really what the star is. The only one that was getting more damage is the pinpointers. Pinpointer seems to be the key to bring it over the top. Let's make sure we got the right one. Okay. Not a problem. Look at that. Earl goes down. So super quick. So OP. So alright, so we saw that the pinpointers got more damage than everybody else did on the bosses. On the other boss, on Mr. Earl Williams. So it is definitely a valid option for you to have on your shredder to get that extra multiplicative damage. And even when they make it to weak point damage, it still will be a good effect to have. Right now it's at 50% multiplicative damage. Let's just show you what the bullies will give us. We got a bully. This ain't bullies. This is not bullies. This is bullies. So I need to, we'll take this one off. We'll put that one on. We'll do a run with bullies to show you that it ain't getting, no damage here. Let's switch over our weapon. All these runs are done with the accelerated barrel. We'll show you again in a minute that the accelerated barrel does get you more damage. I know it's not a spin rate. I can't explain why it does, but it does. I don't know why it does. I just know it does. If you know why it does, then share with us in there what your thoughts on are. Barrel. I didn't want to be barrel. Not yet. Alright, there we go. So here is our 4-star with bullies. On the against the old Guardian. Don't matter, bullies or pinpointers. It's not getting you any more damage. But pinpointers does work against other bosses, so that's why we did that. Alright, now that we did, let's do another one more. Let's do the vampires. I know, let's do troubleshooters. We got troubleshooters. Let's drop our. That's a good one to do. See, will it get any more damage than the ant armor? Troubleshooters is right here on my fast wheel. So let's get our power armor. Let's switch our weapon. Reload. Will troubleshooters make any difference?
Alert. Unauthorized personnel detected. Activating defense systems.
I guess you're kind of getting the gist of the video. As far as first stars go, is if outside power armor, anti-armor for more damage, really, because let's get our coffee. I'm over talking. Reload, I don't think. Yeah, it did. If you're outside power armor, anti-armor is probably the way you want to go. Alright, he's vulnerable. Let's go troubleshooters. 1602. So, same damage as the anti-armor pinpointer. Same damage as being outside our power armor with minus strength. Same damage as the bullies. This is all on the Guardian regards.
Take shelter.
But they're all the same. That's the thing. They're all the same. Unless you're going against a different boss, like the Snake or, you know, Earl, and you got Pinpointers where you're getting that multiplicative damage bonus, you're going to get the same no matter what star that you have. The most important star is going to be your bash damage going against the robot. That's going to be the most important star. And if you want to get out of your power armor, then anti-armor, so you get the armor penetration. But if you're in your power armor and stabilized, it don't matter. You've seen all these being the same. Let's do one more. We'll do the vampires. It's on my fast wheel right here. Let's get rid of this ammo. Wrong way. I remember to walk as I'm talking to you, but I keep forgetting to switch as I'm talking. Switching my weapon at the very end. Maybe I'll do it this time. Maybe. Let's reload. Alright, make sure our coffee's ready.
Alert. Unauthorized personnel detected. Activating defense system.
Now, outside power armor, vampire definitely will give you a valid option to stay alive, but it's probably what you get the most out of all the first stars, because you actually get something out of it. I don't know how necessary it really is, being that you're in power armor and you're a ghoul. Reload, didn't get it first try that time. Alright, there we are. Vampires now. 1602. So it really don't matter. You roll, you do your random making your shredder legendary, and you know, save your modules and just make your a bash damage. Get you a bash damage to put on there. Don't worry about the first star, unless you want the vampires effect for, you know, a little bit of survivability. But in power armor, I mean, I don't think it's exactly really necessary as a ghoul, full health with glow. But well, I guess you get something out of it. All right, now real quick, let's do this. Let's take off stabilize. We saw how stabilize and see how it works without stabilize when we're going to use our anti-armor. All right, let's drop our ammo. Let's get out. Got myself backwards here all day. Of course, I didn't remember to do it. I keep telling you I'm gonna remember, but let's get our coffee ready.
Alert. Unauthorized personnel detected. Activating defense system.
Just too busy talking to remember to switch my weapon right now. Gonna have a little bit of, give me a little bit of grace if you could. Here we go. No stabilize. We'll see what we get with our anti-armor. There we go. 1602, no stabilize. So that just shows you reverse right there, from being outside power armor with stabilize to being in power armor without no stabilize. With the anti-armor, you're not going to get any more armor penetration with anti-armor. So You're not getting any more damage running in your power armor. You're just getting more survivability if you got an anti-armor version of it. But if you're outside power armor, anti-armor is going to be the way to go to be able to get the most damage out of your shredder. Now we'll switch over and we'll do it with vampires with no power armor. I mean, with no stabilize. Switch over weapons. Alright, get our coffee ready.
Alert. Unauthorized personnel detected. Activating defense system.
Let me get a little more goo. A little more gooey goo. But I found being that much goo is we still have enough. We're at that 90%, a little bit above it. I should have waited. What was I doing? Talking. Let's redo it. Reload. Now we got him down. Now we're going to look to our vampires with no stabilize. 1457. So you see we're losing about 150 off our damage. Oh, now we lost our glow. So you see a big difference not having no glow. Alright. So we're about 150 difference whenever we have not having stabilized, so that's what you'll be losing if you want to go outside your power armor. Without an anti-armor, like I said, with your vampires, you lose about 150 damage on it. Alright, last little test will be all these weapons we've been using have accelerated barrel. Now I showed this in the last video, but I want to show it again because I want to try to argue with me saying accelerated barrel doesn't give you any more damage, but it does. I do have one with a standard barrel right here, and we'll take off this one and we'll put on that one. We'll drop our ammo and show you the difference with this. With the let's put back on stabilize though. Just to be on the safe side, I don't want any confusion on anything. We didn't have to, but we went and do it anyway. Alright. This is the last thing I know that really affects your damage with your shredder is let's pop one overdrive for the fight. Help her break the shield down. But this is the last thing I know that really affects your damage. You know, your strength doesn't. It's just your bash damage and your glow. And this barrel right here, not having the accelerated barrel. Alright, there we go. We got him down, just to show you, this is the standard barrel. Standard barrel. That's what we're getting with the standard barrel. That's anti-armor. With bash damage, standard barrel. We're losing almost 200. I mean, right at 200, not having accelerated barrel on. Then just do last run. You know, you're probably getting tired of seeing me kill the same thing over and over. Just reload. Last run would be, we'll just use a regular anti-armor. Take this one off. This one has accelerated barrel on it, bash damage. Alright. There we are.
Alert. Unauthorized personnel detected. Activating defenses.
Get in here. It's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm not having figured out why accelerated barrel. I did it. It's giving you more damage. I just know it does. Reload. Oh, I didn't change my ammo. There we go. Look at that. Look at the difference. That's even a higher damage jump than the other ones. Alright. That's the difference between having accelerated barrel and not having accelerated barrel. It's crazy, I know it. It don't make no sense, but it does give you more damage. Not because it's exactly spinning faster, but because, well, I don't know. But if you do know, let us know what you think it is in the comments down there. Yeah, so accelerated barrel is definitely one thing you got to have on there. So you saw that affects your damage. Your glow obviously affects your damage. You saw that too if you don't have glow. As far as what is the best legendary effects for the shredder, well, there's only two that really matter. And that's bash damage and pinpointers. Unless you're outside power armor and you're not running stabilized, then ant armor does matter. But outside that, your first star doesn't matter. Neither does your third stars. You don't need strength and you don't need to have an ant armor if you got stabilized and power armor. Hope that helps you out. Sorry that I didn't have that information when I made the first videos. I hadn't done enough testing on it. This build's still solid. I don't think I had disinformation, but this is just more information for you. You can make choices and you don't waste modules or waste your time. And that's definitely what I don't want you to do. I want you to have fun. I want you to thrive and survive out there. Hopefully this helps you thrive and survive a little bit better and making the choices you can make whenever you're making your build for your Ghoul shredder build. Super fun build. I didn't think, did you think that have a negative strength where they were going to get the same amount of damage? I didn't. I thought there would be a sweet spot like there is as a human, but there is none. Strength doesn't matter. So that's good news for your newer players, so you don't have to worry about having any buffs. Save your whiskey, save your cycle buffs. And get yourself a shredder so you can make your own shredder Ghoul build that you can melt down everything in the wasteland and dominate. And have fun doing it. And get all your 4 stars and all your legendaries from the Guardian. So what do you think the best legendary effect is for a first star? Vampires, I guess, because you get the most out of it. But I'd like to know y'all's thoughts on it. This is Big Red. I hope y'all thrive and survive out there. I'll see you in the next one.